This is a Range Rover Sport 3 litre SD V6 HSE, finished in Fuji white with ebony Oxford perforated leather upholstery. It's got the contrast ivory stitching as well. It's one owner from new. Most Range Rovers are pretty good spec, but this is got a few extra bits. I think it's got a TV. It's got a heated steering wheel, which is absolutely fantastic. Reversing camera. It has done 78,864 miles now, because I've just been driving it for a short while, a couple of days. It's got a full service history and will be serviced again before it goes out. It's got Bluetooth, hands-free. It's also got audio streaming through the stereo, which again is a great feature. We're just having the alloy wheels refurbed, so the alloys will be like new, the interior is like new, and so is the outside. It's a beautiful car. It's also got a couple, I think, not all of the autobiography features, but it has the front and rear bumpers and also the body coloured lower door panels. So it's a real eyeful. Fuel economy: urban 28.8, extra urban 34.9, and combined is 32.1. Now the car weighs 2.6 tons. That's not bad fuel economy for such a big car. 0 to 60 in 8.5 seconds, a top speed of 124 miles per hour, and it's the SD V6, so it's the 255 brake horsepower engine. I'll try and tell you a little bit more about it as we go along, just to add some sort of perspective to this. It's my day off today. I love Range Rovers, and I've come out into the countryside to do this road test, which we do on every car, but there's such a pleasure to drive that I enjoy driving, but in a Range Rover it's just a completely different way of driving. In fact, I was reading before I came out, I was reading a review from Autocare when these cars first came out, and this is what the guy said, and I relate to it. The odd thing about driving the Range Rover is that the car tends to fall away from the driver's attention, with most thought going into either enjoying the ride, the view, or reveling in the car's ability to stride past slower moving vehicles. And it is right. You go for a ride in Range Rover and somehow you forget the middle. You arrive, you set off and you arrive in the middle. It's just I don't know, it's just pleasant. So we've got a multifunction steering wheel, cruise control on the left, your audio controls at the top here. This controls your fuel computer and settings and so on. Your telephone controls here, and excellent little feature here is the heated steering wheel. Nice thick leather steering wheel, paddle shift on the top. You can see your switch gear indicators on the left here, and wipers on the right. Great visibility all round. You see what's coming round. For instance, here you can see what's coming round the corner, where in a normal car you wouldn't. The only way you'd see something there was from here. So we've got xenon headlights as well, high pressure headlamp wash. You've got a drive selector which is a rotary gear, and to be fair, most advancements in the motor trade, like electronic handbrakes, I don't like, but the actual gear selector being a dial, that's great, rather than moving it backward and forwards and pressing things in and moving it across and like doglegging down to the gear you want to go in. You just turn the wheel and that's it. And they've gone from the dial for the terrain control, so those are now switches, and you can adjust the height of the Range Rover as well. You've got massive front central armrest in the centre here with a cooler box in the middle, and then you've got adjustable armrests on either side of it. It's got 3-position memory seats. It's also got memory for the steering wheel and the door mirrors, so when you get in, you press your button, or there's 2 different keys, it remembers the key user and sets the seats and the steering wheel and the mirrors accordingly. This has got the 8-speed ZF box, and it'll change gear, I believe, in 200 milliseconds. Again, when I come out in Range Rovers, like the guy from Autocare said, you enjoy the ride so much that I forget about the cameras and I forget to talk. So we'll try and remember. So we've got heated seats as well. We've got sat nav, and it has a TV, and the TV and the sat nav is dual display. So the passenger can watch TV, and the
in 400 yards, turn left.
The driver can see the sat nav screen. In fact, I'll just pull over here and just so there we go. Audio. Home menu. Sorry. There we go. Audio, video. And we've got DAB radio, ordinary radio, my music, and TV. TV there is Deja Vu, American Pickers, but the passenger can see it and the driver can't, so we'll switch it off. Off we go again. So we're out in the country near Dunsop Bridge. It's, as you can see here,
in 100 yards, turn left and then turn right at the first road.
It's been raining rather heavily around here.
Turn left. Turn right. Turn right.
Been raining heavy, and it's still raining, but this is one of my favourite roads.
It's rare and it's in the right.
The tailgate on this is also power open and close. Will open from the remote, the switch in here, or the switch at the back, and when it gets to the top, there's a switch underneath, press that and it'll shut and soft close as well. Loads of luggage space, blind. This one's also got a heavy duty rubber mat in the back to put your stuff on. Got power door mirrors, electric windows, remote central locking. We've got 2 keys for it. You can see there the steering wheel is electrically height and reach adjustable, as are the seats. Got piano black gloss trim on the gear tunnel, the door cards here. And again, you get to see what's coming on over the other side of these humpback bridges before the person on the other side sees you. Rear seats will fold, giving you even more luggage space. Got a nice padded dash here as well, with a twin stitching. Its distant relation, the Defender. This bit of the road's pretty bumpy, so just bear with us. Grid. So one of my favourite places, my favourite roads, local roads that is. We're in a place called Dunsop Bridge. Audio system, I think it has 11 speakers and subwoofer. It's Harman Kardon speakers and the tremendous Kestrel there. Beautiful to drive, very, very relaxing, and even my girlfriend says I drive differently when I'm in a Range Rover, and I do, because you know that if somebody's pulled out in front of you, they did it by mistake, because they'd have to be stupid to do it any other way. So there's no point getting mad at them, because if anything's going to happen, then they're going to come off second best. A customer a few weeks ago, he came to look at another Range Rover, and he was on the motorway and a lorry ran into him. The driver had been texting, and the Range Rover that he was driving the back here was obliterated up to the back of the driver's seat, and his driver's seat was even shoved forward. And he did have a couple of injuries, but he wasn't pancaked like he would have been in another car. And of course, what did he want with his insurance money? He wanted another Range Rover. He wouldn't be around to spend his insurance money if he hadn't been in a Range Rover. Beautiful scenery around here as well. I was invited to the SMMT Motor Day a couple of weeks ago, and I drove the new Range Rover Velar. And it's brilliant to drive, it really is. But all this is like an iPad, and whereas when you've been driving a car for a few weeks, you remember where all the buttons are and the heated seats and so on without looking. I would imagine that's going to be a bit difficult. I far prefer something that when you press it, it clicks and you know you've switched it on, not something touch screen. So this version of the Range Rover, this is the one that I really like. I like the look of it. It looks more menacing than the later shape, and it just drives. You know, the input to the steering wheel. It's a massive car, but if you want to go fast in it, you can go fast, and if you want to go, well, probably up there, it would go up there. When I was setting my cameras up before, I pulled off the road, and there's no way I would have pulled off the road into this cut in any other car. But you know, you can go anywhere in this. So I don't really need my sunglasses on. It was bright before, honest. It's better on days like this around here, because on sunny days motorbikes tend to come blasting round here, so you never know what's around the corner. Fortunately, it's not been balloted yet. That's the my lens cover, and the locking wheel nut. Whoops. play a little bit of music just to give you an idea. I can't play too much, otherwise YouTube will knock the whole soundtrack off for copyright infringement. My music there gives you a choice of the USB in and auxiliary in there. I should have warned you if you're watching the video at work to turn the sound down. That wasn't even full blast. Instrument display. On the left you've got a rev counter, on the right your speedo. You've also got, that's kind of an analog display. In the centre you've got digital, so it tells you exactly how many miles an hour you're doing. You've got a sat-nav readout in the centre if you want, or your fuel computer. Just see what else. Show warnings, vehicle setup, trip computer, display settings. So, car's quick off the mark as well for a I'm going to drive fast around here, but that just shows you how it pulls away. That's having a little tea break there. remember whether I mentioned heated front screen as well. Chairs, seats, and that's comfortable. Also reading it has acoustic glass in the windscreen to reduce noise. Again, you can see the cyclist from way back there. Motorbike, but he's managing to take up enough of the road. Now he's coming on. Right. Let him go first. This is the Trough of Bowland. Again, a lovely place. To test the four-wheel drive, but I won't do it. It's like the corkscrew at Laguna Seca there. A couple of years ago, just here, I came to photograph a car, and we pulled off the road. A few minutes later, we were surrounded by farmers. We were again, I think we were in a Range Rover, and they thought we were sheep rustlers. There. Great brakes as well. One of the other things the guy said in his auto car review was that it has an imperious driving position, which is obviously why all Range Rover drivers think they own the road. probably been made. So that's it. Lovely car, lovely place, lovely roads. What more can you ask for?